Hi, welcome to Ramon and Net's Food Fun and Things to See. I'm Ramon.
And I'm Net.
And yes, we're both wearing blue, but that's just the way it worked out this morning. You're going to love this. First, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 medium chopped onion, 3 celery stalks, thinly chopped, 2 carrots, julienne cut, 1/2 of a cabbage, chopped in strips, 1½ cups of pre-cooked chicken, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Maggi seasoning, 1 tablespoon of chicken broth, and 3/4 of a tablespoon of black pepper. We're going to need a total of 5 cups of water for this process. And of course, we can't forget the main ingredients: 1 pack of Bihon noodles and 1 pack of Canton noodles. And we're going to need 1/4 cup of cooking oil. But 2 things you need to know: the Bihon noodles or cornstarch noodles have to be soaked first in water, cold water, for about 8 minutes. The Canton noodles that I'm using here are optional, but it gives it a really good taste. These noodles have to be blanched. 1/4 cup of oil. Brown the garlic. One thing about garlic is you have to be careful. It burns easily. My flame is towards the medium-low side. Oh, by the way, this wok, we're using this one because we're cooking a batch for a group of about 10 people. And this is the only larger wok that I have. So it works. It seems like almost every time I'm cooking pancit, I'm always using this. You can see now that the garlic is starting to brown. Add the onions. A lot of Asian dishes, especially pancit, a lot of stirring. Maybe a little more heat. You're going to find that you have to adjust your heat every now and then. Kitchen is smelling good. Right, honey? And just so that everybody knows, my chief instructor is behind the camera right now, carefully supervising everything that I'm doing.
So tell me that, how are you excited about cooking the pancit?
Oh, when I first started learning to make pancit, I was taught different ways to do it. Some of them are quite, different than what I'm doing now, but this method right now, this recipe, our recipe, has been really good. You should know, because we've been, when we were back in our catering days, this is exactly what we did. This is exactly the process, the recipe. It's worked well. So, okay, onion and garlic look like they're done. I'm going to add the chicken. The chicken was pre-cooked ahead of time and shredded. I don't like to shred it so fine. I like to leave it in chunky pieces, because sometimes during the cooking process the chicken will break down a little more and it won't be as chunky. But having nice little pieces in the pancit is really good. Now add about a core of pepper. Keep stirring. All that chicken right now is picking up the flavor from the garlic and the onion. That's why this part is important. Now we're going to throw in about half of our celery and continue to toss and turn. We're going to add in a quarter cup of soy sauce.
Say something about soy sauce that we're using. Like,
we're not really endorsing any one particular brand of soy sauce, but we find that the coconut brand soy sauce works really well for us, especially when we're making adobo.
Adobo. It's very good for adobo. The color. Some of the soy sauce, you know, the color is different. But this soy sauce, the coconut, is very good. The brown, you know, you can see the brown color. It's very good.
Now, 1 cup of water. I just adjusted my flame, so I made it a little bit higher. Now you can see that our little mixture here is starting to boil. Looking good. Okay. Add the carrots. The rest of the celery. And you know what I'm going to say next. Stir. Everything's all blended together as far as taste goes. Going to add the remaining water. And that brings us to our total of 5 cups of water that we used. Add in our chicken bouillon. Okay, you've got a good little boil going on. Now I know that the bouillon is fully dissolved. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of our seasoning. During this cook we're using Maggi seasoning. It's pretty good, good stuff, good for a lot of things. The 2 tablespoons is a good start, area to start. It's not absolute. Sometimes I have to put a little more actually. But 2 tablespoons is a safe place to start. Okay, looking good. Starting to look like pancit. What I'm going to do right now is take out some of this mixture before I add the noodles. This is going to be for the garnishing. Not a whole lot, but probably that much.
Okay.
Now we're going to add our noodles, our bihon noodles. can see why we prep the noodles before cooking. Those are mixed in nice and well. Now we add the other noodles. Now these other noodles were optional, but I tend to like these a lot more than... I like to add the, I don't know, I like to add these noodles. These give it a different taste to me.
It has a flavor and aroma. Because that differs from the regular bihon. You know, the Canton is good.
It gives the pancit a nice twist there. And you don't have to, but I highly recommend you try this every now and then.
You can cook Canton as the same as procedure of bihon. The Canton itself, no bihon, you know, plain Canton. That we're cooking right now is a mix of Canton and bihon, mixed concept.
All right, last touch. Add the cabbage. What do you think, honey?
It looks good. It smells good.
The water is...
Water is fine.
I don't see any more water lingering around in there.
It's a tricky of cooking pancit, you know, because of the water. You may be too water, like if you have put too much water, it's gonna be soggy. But if you eat less water, it's gonna be the noodles gonna be hard. You have to be careful and you know the proportion of the water. But sometimes it depends on you know the kind and class of noodles that you're going to use.
The brands and the noodles sometimes make a difference. Sometimes you have to use more water. Yeah, like you said, sometimes you have to use less. That's why we don't like to change our brands around. We like to use the same thing every time as much as possible. Okay, that's looking really good there. I think we're done with that. Now we're going to plate it and show you the rest. We're practically done, but... Okay, last and final step. This is the little part that we reserved. Now we're going to put that on there for garnishing and presentation. Go ahead.
Typical Filipino pancit, you know, when you go to the party, you put, you know, slices of lemon on the sides and chopped spring onions. That's right, and maybe fried garlic. That's a typical Filipino pancit when you go to the birthdays, parties.